Coach, is Eric Carlson playing tonight? Nice to see him on the ice.
Yeah. You know, it's a positive thing, but we don't want to get too excited. It's just kind of the second step. You know, first step was to let the therapist tell us when it was adequate to put him on the ice, because you know, need to get the flexibility and the strength off ice before we were able to put him on the ice. And yesterday, apparently, they got on, put the skates on, see how it felt, and just very lightly on the ice, and they felt that he was able to this morning to get dressed and be with the boys. And so basically the second step, but there's quite a few steps before we get to him playing, so we don't want to get too excited.
I know you're not the doctor. Do you expect him to be on the ice almost regularly now?
Oh, you can call me doctor, and I can make up stuff. And no, you know what? I think right now, I think the plan, I got to go check, but I think the plan was for him to come on and rest tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday, and get back on, I think, on Monday or something like that, just to see what the repercussions are of him getting on the ice and actually really pushing hard enough to see if there's any negative repercussions.
You put Logan Brown between some pretty good wingers.
Yeah.
Is this just trying to see what he's able to do here?
I think him and Schlappick have done really, really well, both of them. Right now, I think it's an opportunity to take out Turris and Pajot. Obviously, Bouchard's out, and I think those guys are high-end offense and hockey IQs. And let's put them there. I might flip-flop them after a period and just make them play with the other guys and see what they can do. But I think you want to give those offensive players a chance to show what they've got offensively, and to see if they're reliable enough defensively to back up our high-end offensive guys while they're doing their thing in the ozone.
Is that responsible at Toronto kind of thing? Obviously a big part for you of what they're able to do responsibly.
Any NHL coach. So that's the NHL is about, are you ready? Can we put you on the ice? And if we can, without closing our eyes every time you go on, then you know, you give yourself a chance to be chosen. And I think both of them right now have played well. And now it's as we ramp up a little bit the pace, I think, from game to game, we're going to see slowly more and more NHL caliber and see what they can do.
Will you make some roster moves tonight after the game? I'm just wondering.
I'd love to say yes, because I would love to get down in numbers as fast as we can. The problem that we're having, which is a great problem, well, I probably shouldn't use the word problem, is that we have a lot of guys that are legitimately looked at to make the team. So we're not carrying anybody now that, for instance, Reinhardt I thought played really well in Toronto, and I got to give him another game. He just played really well, and we got to know what we got in terms of depth, and whether he makes a team or he's a first call up. Or I think right now he's showed a lot of good hockey sense. A guy who can play power play, he can make plays. He's a thick body. Here's one example of a guy that just has pushed us to give him another game, and then that's why it's hard to say, because after the game we'll see who's able to, you know, you look at the Formanton, who's been great, but against Toronto, you know, it was a good game, but it wasn't as good as the previous days. So now what are you going to do today? If he comes out and plays outstanding, then we keep moving with him. So it really is right now an everyday show us what you got. And in the end, usually it sorts itself out, really, over time. Who can sustain it, who's reliable, who's physical enough to take, you know, the NHL beating and so on. So I think every day we're seeing something, practice-wise and in games. And all of the guys that are in the lineup today have a legitimate chance of staying with us.
What's your deep pairing coming up?
Oduya CC again. Just have him play against the top line again today. And we'll have, just to start, because that might change, Boro and Shabbat. And then after that we get Lajoie and Weidman. So Lajoie is one guy that was really shortchanged, really, because I wanted to put in the previous games, but we have so many guys that we wanted to see. He had a terrific camp last year. He's my biggest surprise last year, rookie camp. And then that rookie camp this year is outstanding. And he's been great in the training camp. So he's just a brilliant hockey player, extremely smart, extremely poised. He sees the game at a slow pace, which not a lot of guys have. Now, can he hack the speed? Can he hack the physical side of things? Is what we want to see right now. But he's extremely smart. Like, he's a mistake-free type of player. So we'll see what he can do today. Like I said, on defense, we've got a lot of high-end quality defensemen for now and for later. So it's really nice to see. It's pretty impressive, actually.
Il y a des gars importants comme Carlson et Brassard qui se peuvent habiller pendant les matchs préparatoires.
Ouais.
De toute façon, ça rend la part de l'entraîneur plus difficile pendant les matchs.
Je vais être franc, c'est le contraire. Ça me rend ça plus facile parce que ça me laisse des trous. Parce qu'il y en a trop de gars là, qui peuvent faire l'équipe. Fait que, puis parce que des fois, ces gars-là veulent jouer. Tu sais, un gars comme Brassard, là, il veut jouer. Là. Fait que s'il pouvait jouer, il veut pas manquer de match. Fait que là, c'est dur. Tu veux le garder, puis en même temps, il faut que tu vois des gars. Fait que là, à un moment donné, tu as moins de temps pour voir les gars. Tu sais, je sais ce qu'il fait Brassard. J'ai pas de Turris, la même chose. J'ai pas besoin de Pajot, j'ai pas besoin. Fait qu'en ce moment, c'est vraiment important de voir quel gars peut faire notre équipe. Fait que ça me laisse l'opportunité. Et puis même à défense, écoute, c'est fou la profondeur qu'on a. Là. Fait que Eric manque le camp, moi, là, le garde. C'est des gars qui viennent de l'extérieur, qui n'avaient pas joué avec nous autres. Ça serait différent parce que là, tu sais, mettons, Oduya arrive, il est blessé, il n'a pas joué avec nous autres, puis là, à un moment donné, on pitcherait dans les games au début de l'année. Tu sais, Thompson, la même chose. Ces gars-là, il faut qu'il y ait des répétitions avec notre équipe dans les matchs. Mais les autres, souvent, à un moment donné, c'est des gars en forme, premièrement. Fait que j'aime mieux qu'ils se blessent pas. Fait que des fois, c'est mieux.
Dans le même principe, j'imagine que ça ne retombe pas la préparation de ton équipe. Parce
Non.
que c'est des gars qui connaissent déjà le système.
Oui, puis en plus, Brassard, il pratique depuis le début. Là. Il n'a rien manqué du camp. Là. Brassard, il a fait toutes les pratiques, il est là dans tous les meetings, même que c'est lui qui bumpe tout le monde en ce moment. Là. Les gars sont là, ils se font bumper, mais ils n'ont pas le droit de le bumper. Là. Fait que là, ça en dérange une coupe, mais c'est bon parce que Brass, ça va vraiment, vraiment bien. Fait qu'on a hâte de voir s'il va avoir l'OK, mais en ce moment, c'est archi positif. Là. Fait que on croise les doigts, mais il pourrait commencer dès le premier match.
2 goalies tonight, Coach.
Yeah, most probably Andy will play the entire game. Yeah, we're probably not going to play him in the next 2 games on the road and have Kondo and maybe Hammy play half a game in there somewhere and Kondo a full game. So if you look at the number of games that they will have played, it'll be Andy and Kondo will have played 2 and more games, full games. We needed that. So that's what we're looking at, and probably have Andy play on the last game of the season, the preseason, just before the season starts. So that's what we're looking at right now. Give Andy 2 full games, and give Kondo at least a game and a half. So if you add up the Kondo games, he at least gets 2, if not 2.5 games of the preseason.